Good morning. Before we get started though, happy First Contact Day.
Where are they? I think they're talking about us. No way.
Nerds!
I just got that at Big Fun like 4 or 5 weeks ago. So, part 2, Island Roasters Coffee Company. CoffeeNSB.com. This is the Timor. It's notes of walnut and dark chocolate, which normally I don't like dark chocolate, but when it's associated with coffee, the bitterness is expected. So it actually enhances the taste. And then walnuts, I love walnuts. Walnuts are great. So we're going to give this a try today. Very excited. Oh, goodness. So let's get to weighing. And do the same thing we did yesterday. 30 grams of coffee to 500 grams of water. Let's go. 30 grams coming up. Oh, escape. I'm at 30, 31. Scale's very temperamental. Okay, so like I said yesterday, Island Roasters Coffee Company, that's on New Smyrna Beach, and this is the second one that I bought. The first one being the Peruvian, which we did yesterday. I'm very excited for this. It smells wonderful. Smells, it's a little less pronounced than the than yesterday's, which was cocoa and almond. Why are you hissing? Is almond a stronger smell than walnuts? I think if you have a concentration of walnuts, they smell. If you have a concentration of almonds, they smell. If you have one walnut, anyway, that's a lot of math. But anyway, so that's the Peruvian. But today we're doing the Timor, and I'm very excited. It smells really nice. I'm excited to give this a good grind. I'm going to repeat what we did yesterday. The little spritz of water. Try to keep the chaff down. That might be enough. I don't know. I guess we'll see. A little bit more. Get it on the beans. There we go. All right, let's give this a, let's get the lid on, give this a grind and see what happens. Okay, well, I didn't put enough water in there because as you can see, the static is sticking the chaff to the side of the grinder here, and I've got a clump in there, probably from a larger drop of water but a little tap, all goes away. So I guess I'm going to start cleaning this out a little bit better. Oh yeah, there's a lot of chaff coming out of there. Oh well, that's okay. Take this, see how much we put in here. Okay, we got 30 grams back out. That's pretty good. Excellent. All right. So New Smyrna. Some wonderful places to eat down there. There's a great Polynesian place that's on Flagger. Wonderful food. Had duck fat fries. Whew, that was delicious. Had some really good bacon wrap stuffed shrimp, which was also a lot of fun. They've got this fireball sauce that tastes amazing that goes with the shrimp. Where else did we go? Again, like I said yesterday, I don't take pictures unless I've been there like twice. And since we've only gone to these places once, I didn't take any pictures. But there was this place that I think it's basically like a country club / exclusive condo that has a restaurant in it. And this restaurant had this thing called a butter board. And it was like a big dollop of whipped butter surrounded by a nice spicy mango chutney, and then you get like French giant baguettes that are warm, and then you just put this whip. But I just, I lost 5 hours of life to that butter board. And then the food was really good. Had the best Bloody Mary. Had the only Bloody Mary. I think I had 2 Bloody Marys at every place we stopped. And that was the first place that we went to where a single Bloody Mary was enough to get me to feel it. So high marks there. I mean, other than the butter board, I mean, everything was great. The food was great, but it must not have been remarkable enough for me to remember what I had. We did go to a place called The Garlic. And I had this seafood stew that was whole, like open mussels and half of a lobster, just like a lobster cut in half and then in the soup. And then it had shrimp and scallops, and the broth was like a tomato saffron broth, and it was just the most amazing tasting thing ever. It was really good. But the food down there, on New Smyrna, all of those places that we went to were pretty fantastic. We tried to get into the Breakers twice. It's a place that's actually at the end of Flagler as you're going down to the beach towards the Atlantic. That place was packed every night, and it was a seat yourself place. The amount of places down there that don't take reservations is pretty crazy to me. They didn't take any reservations. There were some call ahead places where you could, because we were traveling with about 7 people, so that made it kind of awkward to go to a place and just say, table for 7. Sometimes they had to put the stuff together for us, but it was really weird. And then there was one place that we went to. What was it called? It was like a piratey kind of themed place that was really good. I can't remember the name of it. It's Blackbeard something. They had signs on the wall saying we are not partnered with Uber Eats and all those other deliveries. We do not use them, and we do not do call ahead. It was very strange and very specific. It was weird, but it was fine. It's not like we were ordering out anyway. I don't even think we did pizza. Well, we did pizza. We did pizza at that. There was a place where we got the on the bone pastrami. Was it pastrami? Yeah, on the bone pastrami. It was weird, but it was delicious. That had pizza that we got that was really nice. All right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do 500 grams. I'm gonna put 100 grams in here to bloom the coffee. Pretty standard. At least standard for me. Tweaky. All right, let that bloom. The gases come out. These were, I can't stress enough how amazing it was to walk into the Island Roasters Coffee Company and look and watch the barrel turning the coffee, heating it up, roasting it up. It was such a wonderful, you can see it on TV all the time. You just go to YouTube, search for it, and it's there. But to see it in person, it was so neat. It just got me so excited for coffee. I'm always excited for coffee. Got me more excited for coffee. Oh, shoot. All right. I didn't start the timer. That is another constant. Okay, so we're going to go for about 15 seconds here, and then we're going to start pouring. I'll put in about, put in about 300, and then we'll put in the 500 after a rest period. 15. All right, here we go. So, yeah, I can't say enough about vacations anyway, but I definitely can't talk up that area. The area was it's just beautiful and fun. And even though there were cars that were driving on the beach, and I think what was it, Saturday? Well, no, it was Friday. We were there on a Friday and midday. And I think it had a lot to do with the fact that there was a SpaceX launch, and you could see the fire trail of the rocket from where we were if you looked south. But it was really busy on that on that Friday. It was really busy. That's where I was going. It was really busy, but it was not there. It wasn't like standing room only at the beach, which was really, really nice. It was very. You had plenty of room. Everything was just spaced out really well. But, since you could park on the beach, it just made it seem like it was, more full than it was. Because it's like, you get a parking, they're not marked parking spaces. It's just a parking space that you fit your car in. One person would leave and the next person would come and fill it in. And then for the rest of the week, it wasn't nearly as bad as it was on that Friday. So it must have just been the last gasp of spring breakers. And then everybody left on Saturday. But it's funny because the Orlando airport is just crazy to begin with. But then the Saturday where we took my parents back wasn't nearly as bad as the following Saturday when we were going to go, because it was almost a 40-minute wait to get our IDs checked. But then it was only we were only in line for 10 minutes maybe to get through the scanners, and that went off without a hitch. You always worry a little bit about the scanners because you don't know what's going to happen, but that wasn't a problem. That wasn't a problem. The only problem was getting through the line where they were checking your ID, and all of them were manned. There wasn't an empty space. So they were doing the best that they could with what they had. So, good on them. And I appreciate their work. I just wish that we get past this whole taking the shoes off thing. It's just so ridiculous. It's like we should have gotten to a point now where it's over 20 years later from one incident happening, and we're still taking our shoes off. I mean, a one failed incident, I don't know. That's a complaint. That's a complaint for a different time. It can go along with my other rants about other things that we'll do later when I feel more into it. All right, so thank you, Mr. Scale, for coming back to us. Okay. Ooh, boy. See, it's like I said before, I don't know if you could, smell a walnut, I mean, you can kind of smell dark chocolate, which I do smell. But ooh, boy, that does smell really nice. Let's see what we get. I'm excited. The stark difference. It's amazing how much of a difference there is between these two coffees. I mean, they're roasted in the same place. They're just different. They just come from different places. And, you could say that cocoa and almonds is close enough to walnuts and dark chocolate to where it doesn't merit anything but, a pedantic comparison. But this definitely tastes different than this one. The Timor, there's definitely a darker chocolate presence because cocoa is more of I would almost say it's almost like a light bitter flavor. And then the almond did come through on this because you did have kind of almost like an amaretto-y kind of mouth feel. There's words again that sound really dumb, but that's exactly how I have to describe it because it's the only way I can convey. And this, I guess walnut would be more of an earthy taste, But hey, you know what? We've tried both of these. Highly recommend both. Recommend this a lot. I like the almond note in the Peruvian. And we may try this in a couple of different ways. I may do it in my French press tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. And then maybe the next day, we will try this on Friday with the maca pot and see how that goes. That might be fun. We'll get the essence of, you know, really strong coffee and see how far that takes that. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great day. Enjoy your coffee. And again, happy First Contact Day. Live long and prosper. Or don't, you know, I'm not your mother.